Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We got our animation 25th anniversary playmat. We got this lovely background from our Digimon Liberators debugger set. And we got an empty box of EX11 Dawn of Liberator helping us out because we're going to look at one of the decks they suggest you make using these cards and some other ones. And the deck we're going to show off today is the Galacticmon deck, which he's a Liberator, so I figured, let's do this. First off, the sleeves. I'm using these Alphamon sleeves that I got a while ago. I don't really have an interest in building an Alphamon deck at the moment. Maybe I will soon. I don't know. But I've got some X-Antibody sleeves that I could use for that. But this guy, he's got a similar color style to Galacticmon, and he kind of gives off similar vibes, being like humanoid mecha to me. So I decided to put them in these sleeves because I felt like it fit. Without further ado, let's get right into it. And starting off, we have got 4 copies of Sumamon as our Digi-Egg. He's got the inherited effect of all turns. This Digimon with 4 more Vemmon Digivolution cards gets plus 3000 DP. So very different than the Sumamon that I'm used to with the Aboromon, but as we'll see, that's not going to be too hard for this deck. Starting off with our rookies, and we are doing another one of those unusuals because we have got 8 copies of Vemmon from BT11. He has a 3 play cost, 0 Digivolution cost, 1000 DP. You can include up to 50 copies of cards with this card's card number in your deck. Main, by suspending this Digimon, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add up to 1 Snatchmon, Destomon, Galacticmon, or Fusionize among them to the hand, and place 1 Vemmon among them under this Digimon as its bottom Digivolution card. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. Inherited effect, your turn, once per turn, when this Digimon would Digivolve into Destromon or Galacticmon, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. So already, we use this, we find another copy, we can slide underneath, we can give him some easier Digivolution, or we can also find some pieces, or we can put a different Vemmon underneath, because our next rookie is a different Vemmon. And we've got 4 copies of the BT18 Vemmon. 3 play cost, 0 Digivolution cost, 1000 DP. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Among them, add 1 card with Vemmon in its text to the hand, and place 1 Vemmon as any of your Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Inherited effect, your turn, once per turn. When this Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon card with Vemmon in its text, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. So this is real neat because we are kind of seeing how the game has changed. Because this one, it's include one of these guys in there. And in this one, they're it just has to have Vemmon in its text. So they kind of updated it so that this guy can search for anyone. So for example, one with Vemmon in text, this guy's got Vemmon in text. Put 1 Vemmon underneath him. This one's Vemmon. So if you manage to pull 2 copies of him, you could slide one of him underneath, keep the other one in hand if you wanted to. You don't have to, but just kind of changing how it was done, because with this one, it's just a Vemmon and then one of the other ones with the name. And then we've got our final rookie, which is the BT21 Vemmon. He's a 3 play cost, 0 Digivolution cost, 1000 DP. On play, by trashing 1 card with Vemmon in its text from your hand, you may return 1 non-Digi-Egg card with Vemmon in its text from your trash to the hand. Inherited effect, your turn, once per turn. When this Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon card with Vemmon in its text, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. So again, we're seeing how they're evolving with these abilities, which is really cool. But again, a very good one, because you can trash a card with Vemmon in its text to get something else out from the trash other than a Digi-Egg. So that's going to be a great way to get some of your playmakers back in case you lose them. For our champions, we are starting off with 4 copies of the BT-18 Snatchmon. He is a 6 play cost, 3 Digivolution cost, 6,000 DP. While you have no Digimon other than Vemmon, cards in your trash can also be placed for this Digicross. When Digivolving, you may place up to 2 Vemmon from your trash as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards. End of your turn, if this Digimon has 4 or more Digivolution cards, it may Digivolve into a Digimon card with Vemmon in its text in the hand. Digicross -1 for Vemmon. Inherited effect, all turns, once per turn, when any Vemmon return to the bottom of the deck from this Digimon's Digivolution cards, this Digimon unsuspends and gains blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. So yeah, having a reason to have all those Vemmons because we're already starting to have something that's needing them. So this one's pretty good for the deck. Our next champion is going to be our last champion, actually. The BT-21 Snatchmon. 6 play cost, 3 Digivolution cost, 6,000 DP. On player, when Digivolving, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Vemmon and its text among them to the hand. Trash the rest. Then you may place up to 2 Vemmon from your trash as one of your Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards. Inherited effect, all turns, once per turn, when any Vemmon are returned to the bottom of your deck from this Digimon's Digivolution cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 4 or less. So I'm not too crazy about this. Maybe there's a card later on in the deck that really makes that worthwhile, but otherwise I do like it because of this on player when Digivolving. It's going to allow you to trash some cards, and then you could immediately, if those are Vemmon, put it right underneath so you're not really losing any value there. On to the Ultimates, and we've got 4 copies of the BT-21 Destromon. He's a 10 play cost, 5 Digivolution cost, 10,000 DP. Digivolve from Vemmon for a cost of 6. When Digivolving, until your opponent's turn ends, their effects can't trash this Digimon's stacked cards. Then, to one of your opponent's Digimon, de-Digivolve 1 for every 2 Vemmon in this Digimon's Digivolution cards. All turns, when this Digimon would leave the battle area, you may play 1 Vemmon from its Digivolution cards without paying the cost. Inherited effect, opponent's turn, once per turn, when one of your opponent's Digimon attacks by returning 2 Vemmon from this Digimon's Digivolution cards to the bottom of the deck, end that attack. So there we go. We've got a way to return stuff to the bottom. So that would allow us to activate these cards where this Digimon would then unsuspend and gain blocker, or we get to delete something of a 4 play cost or lower. So we've got some ways to do some stuff, which is pretty cool. De-Digivolve 1 for every 2 Vemmon, like, we're probably going to have 2. We might even have 4 on that guy, which would be really crazy. Then the next one, which I do kind of have a little tiff about, but we have got, I believe this is correct. I didn't accidentally put one there. No, okay. We've got 3 copies of the promo Destromon. And the reason why I have a little tiff about this is I don't like them putting promo cards in these decks I suggest you build because they're kind of harder to get. But this one is a 10 play cost, 5 Digivolution cost, 10,000 DP. On player, when Digivolving, delete up to 3 play costs total worth of your opponent's Digimon and Tamers. For each Vemmon in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, add 1 to this effect's play cost maximum. Digicross -1 with Snatchmon and 4 Vemmon. When this card would be played, you may place specified cards from your hand or battle area under it. Each one reduces the cost. Inherited effect, opponent's turn, once per turn. When one of your opponent's Digimon attacks by returning 2 Vemmon from any of your Galacticmon's Digivolution cards to the bottom of the deck, change the attack target to this Digimon. So yeah, basically it's like, when they attack, this guy would be Galacticmon. You get to remove 2 from underneath him, activate some other effects, and then you get to change the attack to the Galacticmon, which, that'd be pretty good. Next up, we are looking at 3 copies of the first Mega Galacticmon from BT-21. 14 play cost, 6 Digivolution cost, 14,000 DP. Digivolve from Snatchmon for a cost of 9. When digivolving, by placing 4 cards with Vemmon in their text from your trash as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards, you may use 1 Ragnarok Cannon from your hand or trash without paying the cost. Start of your main phase, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. All turns, when this Digimon would leave the battle area, by returning 4 Vemmon from its Digivolution cards to the bottom of the deck, it doesn't leave. So yeah, this one is a big boss monster, because it's basically just saying like, oh yeah, start of my main phase, I'm going to delete one of your Digimon. Not lowest level, not most DP, no, I get to choose which one's leaving. So I can decide which one is the worst for me. And we've got 3 different art here's. One of them's the normal art, one of them's the alt art, and one of them is from, I believe, the update pack. And again, I like having 3 different arts. Like, I know a lot of people like having the same arts, but if I can, I like having different arts of the same cards, because it kind of throws your opponent off in a tournament setting to where they may not realize, like, this one, and this one are the same one. They might think they're from 2 different sets. And especially since we're running 2 different Galacticmons, it could keep them on their toes and having to double check what's on the field. And that could give you a little bit of an edge in a tournament setting. Our other Mega is the Galacticmon from EX11. I know, this is an EX11 deck. This is the first card in here that they have had from EX11. He's a 14 play cost, 6 Digivolution cost, 14,000 DP. Digivolve from Snatchmon for a cost of 9, or Galacticmon for a cost of 5. On player, when Digivolving, choose one of your opponent's highest play cost Digimon and delete all of their other Digimon. Then, if this Digimon has 4 or more Vemmon in its Digivolution cards, until your opponent's turn ends, it gains a blocker and isn't affected by their effects. End of opponent's turn, this Digimon may Digivolve into Galacticmon in the hand or trash, ignoring its Digivolution requirements and without paying the cost. Assembly, -6, 8 cards with Vemmon in text. And Assembly, again, is the one where you get to take them from the trash. So this one's real good for like a little bit later if you've lost your first Galacticmon. That's pretty cool. Also the fact that this guy can Digivolve from a different Galacticmon, and then that Galacticmon can Digivolve on top of him. That's pretty interesting. I'm not sure like how useful that would be, but yeah, being able to Digivolve from a Galacticmon into a Galacticmon could be helpful. Especially if your opponent's doing a lot of de-Digivolving stuff. Next up, we've got 2 copies of the BT-18 Zenith. He's a 4 play cost, start of your main phase. By trashing 1 Vemmon in your hand, draw 1 and gain 1 memory. Your turn, when any of your Digimon attack, by suspending this Tamer and returning 2 Vemmon from those Digimon's Digivolution cards to the bottom of the deck, de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Security, play this card without paying the cost. This has got a lot of things doing with Vemmon. Don't know. We kind of see that we want them underneath stuff, so taking them out, not the best. Then we've got our other Tamer, which is 4 copies of Xeno from EX11. He is a 4 play cost, start of your main phase. By trashing 1 card with Vemmon in its text from your hand, draw 1 and gain 1 memory, so same as the other one. All turns, when your Digimon are played or Digivolve, if any of them have Vemmon in their text, by suspending this Tamer, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. Place all Vemmon among them as any of those Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards. Trash the rest. So I can kind of feel like what we're trying to do is we are trying to get our big cards out and then kind of thin the deck out until it's just Vemmon, and then use abilities to play them out. Also treated as Zenith, and security, play this card without paying the cost. Almost forgot about those parts. Now we get into the option cards. And we are starting off with 2 copies of Fusion Eyes. They are a 1 play cost. When you would use this card, if you have a Snatchmon in play, reduce the cost by 1. Mained by placing 1 Vemmon or Destromon from your trash under one of your Digimon as its bottom Digivolution card, you may Digivolve one of your Digimon into Destromon or Galacticmon from your trash for its Digivolution cost. Security, you may reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, play one Vemmon among them without paying the cost, trash the rest. So this is a very interesting card because these are two different abilities. Normally with option cards, the bottom ability mirrors the top, or it'll be something like put it in the battle area if it's one of those, or add this card to the hand. Like, those are the normal. These are 2 completely different abilities. Also, if you have a Snatchmon, like, this goes from a 1 play cost to a 0 play cost, making it free, which is pretty neat. Then we've got 3 copies of Ragnarok Cannon from BT21. 6 play cost. Main, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost, then place this card in the battle area. Your turn. When one of your Galacticmon attacks, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost. If this effect didn't delete, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack so that it has 1 card left. Security, you may play 1 card with Vemmon in its text and a play cost of 6 or less from your hand or trash without paying the cost. Then add this card to the hand. So see, this is what I'm saying. Like, most of them have that. Like, even though these are completely different, this one says do something, then add this card to the hand. That's normally what you see in option cards. As far as this goes, this could be a real powerful card because, like, your Galacticmon attacks, you do this, and if you can't delete your opponent's lowest play cost Digimon, you just get rid of a bunch of their security until they're just down to 1, which is crazy. The final card for the deck is 1 copy of Black Scramble from LM. This is a 2 play cost. Main, one of your black Digimon may Digivolve into a black Digimon card in your hand with the Digivolution cost reduced by 3. Then place this card in the battle area. Start of your turn, if your opponent has a Digimon, delay, return 1 black Digimon card from your trash to the top of their deck. Then, if you don't have a Digimon, you may play 1 black Digimon card with 2000 DP or less from your trash without paying the cost. Security, you may play 1 black Digimon card with 2000 DP or less from your trash without paying the cost, then add this card to the hand. This one, it could be real good in certain situations of the deck. We saw that card where we're checking the top 2 cards of the deck. Well, what if we play this one out first, and then later we use the delay effect to return that Vemmon to the top of the deck, then we use that other card's effect to check the top 2 cards. Well, wouldn't you know, one of them is a Vemmon because we put it there. So that's pretty cool. And with that, we've taken a look at this Galacticmon deck. What do I think of it? I think it's all right. It's nothing too powerful, nothing too crazy. I would definitely probably take out 2 of these Xenos, just because, like, I still like having a tamer where it's, if you have 2 memory or less, set to 3. That is just a great one in my opinion. I like that. So I'd probably take out 2 of them, either the Zenith or the Zeno, just to get that going. Other than that, I do like kind of this one. I mean, it's got all from a singular evolution line, which I always am a fan of. The only thing that I don't like, again, is that they're telling you, like, hey, you bought the cards, you are a casual player, put these promo cards in. I am not a fan of that, personally. Like, that is my biggest pet peeve from this deck. As always, we've got to open up a pack before we head out. And I've got 1 more pack of the normal Store Tournament 2026 Volume 1 participation packs. I might get more soon because I keep going to this one store and they keep giving me packs from this for showing up for their tournaments. And I never open them there. I always save them for y'all. And this one is Haru. 3 play cost. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 social trait card and 1 card with creation, Navi, or tool trait card among them to the hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Your turn. When any of your Digimon get linked to a social, Navi, or tool trait card, by suspending this tamer, gain 1 memory. Security, play this card without paying the cost. So again, this is definitely going into Gaiamon deck, which I understand in one of the upcoming sets they're going to make a new one. So it'll be interesting to see if this one's good for that or not. With that, we have finished another video. As always, leave comments down below. Let me know what you think of this deck they suggest you construct. If you enjoyed the video, give it a good old thumbs up, hit that like button. If you haven't, please do subscribe. I really do appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. The algorithm loves it. Don't forget to hit the bell icon because we upload videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And as always, until then, I will see you next time.